Well, hello there, and greetings to you, and I hope you're having a most beautiful day. I have been busy this weekend. I had two events. This will be at the event I had on Saturday, and it was a craft fair. I most thoroughly enjoyed it. It was similar to the craft fair I did a few weeks ago. However, this one was a bit different. I did make quite a bit of dollars, but it wasn't even about the dollars. I made more friends, and it is about, you see, my business is fairly new, and I have been searching and searching on ways to just boost up my presence. And this was actually one way to boost up my presence. And the particular event I went to that I vended at, it was actually their first time putting on an event. And I would have to say that that event was very successful for them. And I'm going to say it was successful for me too as well. And when I go out to these different events, I'm also looking for people who do not have a home to see if they are willing to come and have a booth at the market where I am on Saturdays. So I volunteered myself to help out my farmers market where I am, and because I like being where I am. I thoroughly enjoy the camaraderie that is at the farmers market, and we have a lot of fun there. We enjoy ourselves and everything. It's like this past summer, my daughter and I, who also has a booth at the market, we were invited to a party through one of the market masters. We had a great time. Yeah. But what I wanted to talk about is, while I was at the event, my phone rang, but it wasn't the ring that you normally get. It was my doorbell. And I happened to answer my doorbell. Yes, I have a Ring doorbell. And there was a man standing on my porch. And he said, "Regina?" I'm like, "Who are you? I know that you're turning 65 next month." I'm like, "Excuse you, who are you?" And he pulls out a card and puts it up towards the doorbell so that I can see the card. Well, I'm blind as a bat anyway, so I can't see that card through that little bitty peephole. Anyway, he proceeds to say, "Well, you know, when you're turning 65, most people don't know how to know about Medicare." I'm like, "Excuse you, sir, but I know all about Medicare, and I am a volunteer patient advocate, and I have learned a lot about Medicare and know a lot about Medicare." And then he proceeds to say, "Well, I'm an insurance agent." Well, this is my thing. I told him that I didn't need his assistance, and he left depleted. But this is my thing. Since when do insurance people pop up at your house unannounced? I was furious that he was on my porch unannounced. So when I was done with the conversation, the people next to me in the booth next to me, the guy, his name was Don. He was so funny. He turned around, he heard my conversation. He turned around, he looked at me, and he said, "Why do people think when you turn 65 that we don't know anything? That we are just lazy people, or that we are disabled and that we can't do for ourselves?" And he has a valid point. We are very capable of doing for ourselves. Yes, true enough, there are some people who are 65 that don't know how to advocate for themselves, that don't know how to do some of the things that they could do. And some people don't know about Medicare. But I think my issue with the man that was on my porch is, why are you on my porch unannounced? Why did you not give me a call to see if I wanted you on my porch? Literally coming to my home unannounced. Since when do insurance people come to your home unannounced? I know back in the day they used to do that, but in this time, in this turmoiled world, in the time that there's shutdowns, in the time that there's, and I'm going to say it, a lot of racism going on, in a time that there is pushback of healthcare, of this, of that, in the time of whatever, why are you standing on my porch? And why do you even think that I'm going to open my door? I wasn't home anyway, but why do you even think I'm going to open my door? That's the whole purpose of me buying a Ring doorbell anyway, because I don't open my door to anybody that's unannounced, because you never know who's on the other side of that door. But my biggest issue is that just because I'm turning 65 doesn't mean that I know that I don't know anything. I am a very well educated, sound-minded woman, Black woman at that. And I do live in a neighborhood where there is people who may not know anything, and I'm sure that my zip code probably tells them that I probably don't know anything. But my thing is, why are you on my porch, ringing my doorbell and calling my name out and saying, "Regina, I know you're turning 65 next month." Really? No, that's sent red flags up the totem pole for me. Yeah, some of you all may have issue with what I'm saying, and some of you all may not. But for me, it's an issue. I have had a lot of people calling me in reference to signing up for insurance, in reference to me trying to badger me into having them come into my home and saying things like, "Oh, you're behind on your testing. We need to do an in-home visit." No, you do not. Beware of the insurance scams that are out here just because you're turning 65. Pay attention. Beware, because I have received a ton of phone calls as well of people and insurance companies trying to badger me into getting insurance. And I had phone calls. I decided to answer a couple of the phone calls, even though it says potential spam. I decided, let me find out what this phone call is about. So you answer it and you pick it up and you listen to what they have to say. And the first thing they say, we know you're turning 65. Or they say, you're due for some testing and we would like to give you $250. But we need to come in and do an in-home testing for you. No, you do not. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. But the answer to that is no. And you that is turning 65 have the right to say no. And the reason why we're getting these phone calls because it is open season for insurance. So beware of the scams. Beware of people popping up on your porch and ringing your doorbell. And if you don't want to answer your door and you have a Ring doorbell, talk to them through that. Because I'm telling you, you could be saving yourself tons of money. And yes, I am already signed up for Medicare. I've been signed up for Medicare. I have an agent. He is absolutely wonderful. I have been able to ask him a ton of questions about the insurance policy that I picked out. And I'm pretty happy with it. And it doesn't, when you're looking for insurance, you look for the insurance policy that's going to work for you. And we're going to be out of pocket anyway when it comes to policies, but just make sure you find a policy that's going to work for you. I search and search and search and look for policies. They're all high. Medicare is high anyway. It doesn't matter what policy you pick and choose. You're still going to be out of pocket on a lot of things. And because I have a rare health, I needed to find a policy for me that has travel on it, because I know there's going to be times where I'm going to have to travel for my my medical care. So I chose a policy that has travel on it. But what I'm going to say to you all, and I'm going to reiterate it again, beware of the scams and beware of people that pop up on your porch and ring your doorbell and call out your name just because you're turning 65. Literally. That just did not feel good to me. It just felt really suspect. Anyway, I enjoyed that event that I did on Saturday. And that was my rant for today. And I hope you all have a beautiful week. Yeah, a beautiful week. Because I'm going to have one too. And if you like any of my content, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.